Mythos, for my future daughter. Ask me where you come from, and I will tell you. You are a descendant of water. You are a small tsunami. Daughter, you are the offspring of a marvelous love story between God and my own mother. I will tell you that in the beginning, before you and me, before the heavens, before earth, there was only water. And there was only God above the waters hovering, and God fell in love with the troubled sea. And this was the very first longing, and it was good. Put your ear to my belly. Listen to the ocean from which you learn to survive. I will teach you that amnesia for our mother's wombs is the only suffering we have in common with God, that earth is female and liquescent because God has forever mourned the orphanage of her existence. You will not understand it first. That God could be a black woman, that God could harbor such loneliness. You will have no blueprint for this type of aching, but ask me where you come from. And I will not hide my damaged parts from you. I will tell you we come from warrior's blood, a black goddess of rivers and streams, Tamra. In the belly of my mother's name exists the image of a war spelled upside down, which is to say, because there is no other way to say it, my mother is an alcoholic. She is the most glamorous and violent kind of sea. My mother is my most recurrent nightmare. She still beats me in my sleep. All this time, I didn't think I owned enough grammar to write her in an exquisite mythology, having been abused. I never wanted to tell anyone this truth, at least not until I thought about you, daughter. There is a creation story being written inside the mind of your grandmother. I am no longer afraid of her anymore. So ask me where you come from, and I will tell you. We are the genesis of being. We are God's first longings. When God saw how dark it was inside of your grandmother, nothing that had existed on earth was sufficient enough, and a piece of God burned, and it was called light, and it was good. When she wanted room away from heaven, God opened her arms and created the sky, and God shaved her legs and created land, and God, seeing how good it was, parted from her. And when she wanted company, God planted 1,000 gardens above her seas, created man as giant, and when those giants roamed the earth, they turned into streams in order to make estuaries out of your grandmother's body, because your grandmother is a thing deserving of love. Our mothers are so deserving of love despite what they have done to us. When you ask me where we come from, I will tell you, we are descendants of water. You are a small tsunami. My mother is God's greatest idea. We are made of her miniature oceans, and we are filled with literatures of forgiveness that remind us that there is nothing brutal about learning how to speak fluently and in love. I have been very privileged to be able to still say, I love you to my mother. But there are many men and women in this country, my brothers and sisters, who do not have that same privilege. And so I want to dedicate this moment to the Black children of Walter Scott, who will no longer be able to say that to their father. Thank you.